ahead on 12 News, a mission in Plymouth to save lives.
Anybody that has gone through sudden cardiac arrest and survived, they have 2 birthdays now.
And the event that prompted a dad to lead it. Then how much do you pay for heat? We'll have timely tips to help cut your cost. But first, the issues in Golden Valley that are shaping an election. 12 News starts right now. From the future of the Bottineau rail line to economic development, it is a pivotal time in the Northwest Metro. Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Johnson.
And I'm Alexandra Renslow. In Golden Valley, 11 candidates are vying to shape the future of the city. There are 3 seats on the city council, and those elected will have a say on both light rail and business development. As the future of light rail inches closer to the Northwest Corridor, Golden Valley has a say in charting its course.
I don't see it helping Golden Valley businesses in a current situation at all. It runs through one small corner. There may or may not be a station.
Anytime you do bring transit into an area, it does spur development. And I think that it's a good idea.
Much like the community, 11 city council candidates are divided about whether the Bottineau light rail line and its proposed route through eastern Golden Valley and Theodore Worth Park will be favorable for residents and business development.
Why isn't light rail coming into downtown Golden Valley where it would thrive for businesses? It would spur the economic growth.
A light rail line, whether it be Bottineau or other, is just a piece of the puzzle that will help our businesses in Golden Valley have access to the employees that they need to be successful.
At a candidate forum sponsored by Golden Valley's business community, there was agreement that the city needs to bring in new business, especially along Highway 55.
Yeah, I see an area, Douglas and 55. You have a lot of potential in that area there.
That area near 55 and Douglas Drive is not currently part of the proposed Bottineau light rail route. Golden Valley will have a say in the long-term light rail discussion. But in the short term, Election Day will determine which 3 people help shape the city's future. And you will be able to hear more from each one of the Golden Valley City Council candidates next week. Starting Monday on 12 News, we begin airing the Golden Valley candidate profiles.
Well, Golden Valley will be one of the first cities using new vote counting equipment on November 5th. The new system has a screen that tells voters if their vote was counted properly or if the voter made a mistake and perhaps voted for too many candidates. The idea is to roll out the new machines in a year with fewer local elections.
Hennepin County has decided with their odd year cities that they would actually have us actually use the equipment, and then they would have experience for the big year for next year in their even year elections.
They are replacing machines that have been used for 14 years, and the older ones tended to jam up more often.
Longtime Brooklyn Center residents may remember it as a LaBelle's catalog store. It eventually became a Best Buy, and now there's something new planned for the vacant building on Earl Brown Drive. Remodeling is underway to convert the former Best Buy into a Restaurant Depot store. Restaurant Depot offers food products and kitchen supplies and operates like a Costco store. The Brooklyn Center store would be a new retail prototype for the Twin Cities. No word yet on when it will open. The city of Plymouth has earned a potential life-saving achievement.
Thanks to the effort of the Plymouth Rotary Club, Plymouth can now call itself a heart-safe community. 12 News reporter Sonia Goins has more.
A sudden cardiac arrest is exactly that. It's sudden. It happens without warning.
Norm Orchestrom is a Plymouth Rotary Club volunteer. He's pumping knowledge into the community.
Sudden cardiac arrest is the #1 killer of Americans. In 2012, it killed 383,000 Americans.
At VAA Engineering, more than 40 employees are getting trained in CPR.
It's important for us to provide a good, healthy environment here, and this is a good step in that direction.
It's a new CPR. It's chest compressions only and not having to worry about the breaths.
The survival rate for cardiac arrest is only 7%. The Plymouth Rotary Club is hoping to increase those odds. So far, it's trained more than 600 people in CPR.
Our goal in Plymouth is to train in at least 10% of the city of Plymouth. That'd be about 7,000 people.
There's another reason Norm Orchestrom is passionate about promoting CPR.
On June 16th of 2009, our son died
He was clinically dead on the Wayzata football field. And that's a really scary thought.
Wayzata coaches and staff performed CPR on Teddy, saving his life.
Anybody that has gone through sudden cardiac arrest and survived, they have 2 birthdays now. They have their regular birthday and they have a rebirthday. So Teddy's thankfully 4.5 years old now.
In Plymouth, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
The Plymouth Rotary Club is providing free CPR and AED training. The next session will be held at the Plymouth Library on Saturday, October 26th. To sign up, you can give them a call at the number on your screen, 612-543-5825.
If you're looking to buy local, now there's a way to find out if something is manufactured in Minnesota. Cast Screw Machine Products in Brooklyn Center is one of 30 companies in the Northwest Metro listed in a new state database. The Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development launched the site to encourage Minnesota companies to do business with each other. Deed says the database is expected to pump millions of dollars into the state's economy.
Perhaps Congress can take a cue from them. A new survey reveals the popularity of CEOs, and one in Golden Valley is about as popular as they come. Career website Glassdoor.com asked corporate employees their opinion on their CEO, and Ken Powell of General Mills had a 95% approval rating. The average for big companies was about 78%. Another popular leader is University of Minnesota President Eric Kaler. He scored a 92% approval rating. Well, this is something you've probably done already because of our chilly weather. Crank up the thermostat.
Up next, some tips on how to save money on your heating bill and not have your home feel like an igloo. Later in sports, it is mostly a tough night for local teams in the football playoff openers.
But first, more chill in the air. Thursday will remain cloudy and cold. Winter won't rear its ugly head for several more weeks, at least that's what we hope, but preparation for the season and the snow that comes with it is well underway in Hennepin County. Crews at the Public Works facility in Medina are busy installing snow removal equipment on their entire fleet of 57 trucks. This project began in September, and so far they've completed work on half of the county's trucks. And if history is any indication, it's never too early to prepare for that first big snowfall.
Back in '91, we had a Halloween storm, and during that storm, we found out that we weren't quite as ready as we wanted to be. So we've moved up the activity to ensure that we don't get trapped with something like that again.
Work on the entire fleet of trucks will be complete by the second week of November. Meantime, Hennepin County wants to remind people to give plow drivers plenty of room to do their jobs when that snow does fly. Whether you like it or not, winter is coming fast.
And even if you're not ready, your home should be. In today's Money Savers, Renee Bonneau has tips on how to keep the heat in your home and money in your pocket.
There are no-cost and low-cost things you could do right now to conserve energy. First, the obvious, keep the thermostat down.
During the day, if you're not home, we'd recommend 64 degrees during the day and also at night when you sleep, and then bring it back up to 68 when the home is occupied. Xcel
Energy says those temperatures give you optimal energy savings while keeping you comfortable. To make things easier, spring for a programmable thermostat. They range from $10 to $200. Another tip, set your water heater to 120 degrees. Again, it keeps you comfortable while saving you energy. Also, open the shades on southern-facing windows to let the sunlight in, and use caulk on cracks and seals around doors and windows to keep heat in and cold air out.
These are things that are low cost and take a little bit of work on your part, but it will reap you great savings in energy.
Pretty soon, furnaces will be working overtime. If yours is several years old, you don't necessarily have to replace it. Have a professional check it out to make sure it's worth keeping. Make sure you change your furnace filters on a regular basis, and if you need a new furnace, make sure you buy smart.
You want to make sure you're looking for something that's at least 90% efficient or higher.
If you're not quite sure where to start and you want professional help, you can call your natural gas utility and ask them to do an energy audit on your home. They'll tell you the top 3 or 4 things you need to do to get started. For Money Savers, Renee Bonneau, 12 News.
Home audits can range from about $30 to $100, and for more energy-saving tips, you can go to responsiblebynature.com.
And here's another money-saving opportunity. MnSCU schools are waiving application fees through the end of the month for new students. The list of 31 schools includes North Hennepin and Hennepin Technical College. Application fees for those schools are typically $20. Well, coming up, images of the Northwest Metro that are hard to beat.
But first in sports, Maple Grove looks for a win as the volleyball playoffs get underway. John Jacobson has that and more when we come back.
Section football playoffs are underway, and we've been keeping our fingers crossed, you know, for the local teams, but so far, kind of a rough week.
Yeah, if you're a Breck fan, you're happy. Everybody else goes home after night one. It is playoff week in prep football. All but the largest class in Minnesota started to play Tuesday night. Games did not turn out that well for most of our local teams. It's Park Center at Fridley in Section 6-4A. Already up 14-0. Fridley's Darius Moba takes the handoff, gets great blocking, and he scores easily to make it 14-0 Tigers in the second quarter. Less than a minute to play in the first half. Quarterback Nick Rathke hits Cheney Powell for the touchdown for the Tigers. They take a 21-0 lead into halftime. After a long Adam Burge punt return, Amani Hooker throws to Burge for an 11-yard touchdown, and the Pirates are on the board. They're within 21-7. Fridley scores a couple of more times before Hooker hits Calvin Gorwar on the slant to pull Park Center within 34-14. But it's Fridley's night. Moba scores 4 times total as Park Center falls 41-14. Fridley plays top seed De La Salle in the semifinals. On the other side of the bracket, second-seeded Vanille now gets Blake in the semis. The Bears beat St. Anthony 48-28. Cooper is in Class 5A this fall. The Hawks had a rematch against a North Suburban Conference foe as they took on Spring Lake Park in the Section 4 quarterfinals. Spring Lake Park's first series, Grant Walter plunges in from a yard out. The Panthers set the tone, taking a 7-0 lead. It's 15-0 after 1. Second quarter, and Spring Lake Park goes to the air. Derek Salway hits Aaron Murphy for the score. Spring Lake Park is up 22-0. With 9 seconds left in the first half, Cooper goes for it on 4th down, and Jordan Marshall can't quite hold on to the pass from Luke Lindquist, and Cooper trails 29-0 at the half. Third quarter, another 4th down play falls short for the Hawks. From the 1-yard line, Levante Taylor stopped short of the end zone. Spring Lake Park eliminates Cooper 29-0. In Class 3A, Breck and Providence Academy played on the final night of the regular season, with the Lions winning last week 24-6. 6 days later, the teams met again in the Section 2 quarterfinals. A little mini blizzard blowing through Plymouth early in this game. First quarter, Breck's Ramud Chakayo Bowman gets the pick deep in Providence territory and trots in for the score. The point after is no good, and it's 6-0 Breck. We go to the fourth quarter, same score. Providence 4th down from the Breck 4-yard line. Henry Van Dellen's pass broken up by Kevin Linehan. 4 seconds left in the game. Last chance for Providence. Van Dellen's pass is complete to Matt Richardson, who heads for the end zone, but he's tackled by Bowman at the 1-yard line to end the game, preserving the victory for Breck. The Mustangs move on with a 6-0 win. Also Tuesday night, Brooklyn Center loses a close one on the road to Howard Lake. Waverly Winstead rallying past the Centaurs 26-22. West Lutheran falls in Section 2 of 9-man 45-0 at Medelia. The Section volleyball playoffs got underway Tuesday night. 8-seed Maple Grove looked to extend its season with a home match against number 9-seed Rogers in the Section 5-3A first round. Maple Grove wins the first set, and in the second, it's Amber Domengi to Kayla Crane, who dumps it over for a point, and Maple Grove builds a big lead. Later in the set-off, a Rogers serve. Crimson quickly worked the ball left side to Lauren Bright for a kill. Maple Grove wins 25-14. They're up 2-0 in the match. Rogers, though, gets a better start in the third set. Ellie Hoyt serves up an ace, giving the Royals an early lead. The Crimson, though, come back to take the lead. Crane with the set across to Laura Brixius, who hammers it down for a point. Maple Grove looks like they might have a sweep, but Rogers hangs in there, and they come back. Hannah Shervin with the kill in the middle. The Royals win game 3, 28-26, and that forces a fourth set. Maple Grove pulls out a close one there. Brixius with the kill. Maple Grove wins in 4. They play at top-seeded Osseo Thursday night. Highlights from section cross country and state tennis coming up Thursday starting at 4.
All right, thanks a lot, John. Now to Local Vote 2013 and the school board election in Brooklyn Center.
Voters will decide how to fill 3 seats on the school board. 5 candidates are running, including Janice Thielsen and incumbent John Solomon.
As a candidate, I am confident that I can continue the improvement of Brooklyn Center schools as a desirable and competitive school district for students. I plan to build upon the outstanding and innovative programs established in our district that make it competitive in academic programming and opportunities for all students, a structured and competitive environment for teachers, staff, and an open, respectful, inclusive, and welcoming for all community members alike. We have strong shared beliefs and values about what is possible for students and their ability to learn, and of the system and its ability to teach all children at high levels. My vision is of high expectations for student achievement and quality instruction, and I will continue to define clear goals towards that vision.
I have worked in the Brooklyn Center School District for 15 years. A position on the school board would allow me to continue to actively participate in the education process for all students. I feel we need a safe, healthy learning environment for our students. We need to provide the best teachers and staff and ensure they have the skills and tools needed with no barriers to do their jobs. My financial concerns are past and current expenditures on administration positions, added positions, payroll, and special education. With the community school model, I would be interested in knowing who the partnerships are and assess their contributions versus our costs to decide if we could afford to maintain them. I'm Janice Thielsen. I'm running for Brooklyn Center School Board, and I'd appreciate your vote.
And tomorrow we will hear from 2 more candidates running for Brooklyn Center School Board. Still ahead, a 16-year-old's lasting impression in New Hope.
We'll be right back. All you have to do is look around to catch some eye-catching scenes, and good photographers seem to find them everywhere.
And in New Hope this month, the city recognized the winners of the In Focus photo contest. And if you don't remember this scene, you probably recall the snowfall last April that made Northwood Park look like it was midwinter. Don Natwick won the Places category with that photo. And this one's a little warmer. It's called Nature in Autumn by Jennifer Schmidt. It won the Nature category. But this picture by a 16-year-old photographer won the People's Choice category. It's called Little Girl and was taken by Amos Votis. Nearly 500 people cast votes to choose the winners. They get a cash prize and get their photos hung at New Hope City Hall. New Hope started their contest about 3 years ago. They wanted to inspire civic pride and encourage photographers to explore their community. That's a good shot, isn't it?
Beautiful photos.
That'll do it. That's it for now. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Community Corner is coming up next, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.